Hello friends and family. How you doing this evening? Thank you for taking time out of your busy day to watch my channel. You watching A Country Girl's Cooking with Rhonda. Thank you so much. If you watched my video from yesterday, I fixed some barbecue chicken. And I'm going to utilize that because I don't want to waste it. I'm going to chop it up and I'm going to make some barbecue chicken sandwiches for dinner. And I've also got some squash that I cut up yesterday and I didn't feel like cooking it, so I'm doing it now. And I've got, oh gosh, it's probably at least 3 cups of squash here, and 3 small onions and some salt and pepper. And I'm cooking it in some olive oil. And I did not add any liquid or anything because it always produces its own liquid. So I don't think you need to add any unless you want to. Okay? And I'm thinking very seriously about making a squash casserole and sending Reddy's daddy some for next week. He wants a taco salad for next week, so I'll be making that tomorrow. But once again, thanks for watching. I know you guys are busy, but I do appreciate it. I really do. And I'm going to get everything ready, and we're going to tear this chicken apart, y'all. Hey, so I'm going to use my chop block here, and I'm going to cut up some of this chicken, and I'm going to put it in a pan, and I'm going to heat it up, and we're going to put it on a bun. And we're going to have some chicken sandwiches. And it's a little messy, and it would probably cut a lot easier if I had already heated it up. But then I'd have to deal with it being hot. But he didn't want, he wanted something different, and I did too. So I thought, shoot, this would be a good idea. We could just heat it up and throw it on a bun. I think we did that one time up at my sister's boat. I made this chicken, and I think the next day that's what we did with it. Correct me if I'm wrong, sis. I'm just going to throw it over here in this little tray. I think I'll just cut up these 2 breasts. It's not much, let's see. It's not much of that breast left. I don't want that fatty part there. It's messy, right? I have to wash my hands good. I don't have any gloves to wear when I do stuff like this, but my hands are clean. That's probably plenty right there. Take some of this thigh off here. I love dark meat. I think it has more flavor, honestly. And it's not dry. It's good cold. So, let me get my, slide this over right here. I'll put my dark meat on one side. And I'll heat it up, and if it's any fat in it, I can pull it out. Because it's kind of hard to decipher if it's fat or not. Get my dirty hands, y'all. Okay, I got one hand clean though. Hey y'all, so it's gonna take a little while for my squash to cook, but I do have a little bit of Napa cabbage, and I'm gonna make a little bit of slaw with that to go on our barbecue chicken sandwich. And here's my Napa cabbage. And I'm just gonna slice off a little bit and put in my little chopper wrapper, y'all. And you know, I've had this cabbage for a while, a couple of weeks, and I've kept it in a plastic bag, and it's still good. It's about the only thing it'll last. And that's the daggone truth. We got a little bit of a thunderstorm last night, but we didn't get a whole lot of rain. And I went out to the mailbox just now. It's the first time I've been outside all day. And the wind was blowing. Randy was sitting out on the front porch drinking some coffee. And I thought it was gonna come up a storm, but it didn't. It did not. Okay, I'm gonna chop this up. All right. How about that? That looks pretty daggone good, don't it? And I got a bowl here. And that'll be just enough to make a couple sandwiches with. I'm checking to make sure it's recording. Okay. Okay, I don't know if y'all ever had slaw from Napa cabbage, but it's a more subtle slaw. You know, it's not as, of course, as crunchy. I'm gonna add some pepper. And this is probably about, what, a half a cup to a cup. Probably about a cup. Yeah, it's a cup. And then I'm going to add about a teaspoon of sugar. And I'm going to add some sweet gherkins juice. We like a little bit of a sweet slaw. I'm going to add about a half a teaspoon of onion powder. And some celery salt, about I don't know, quarter of a teaspoon. And I'm gonna add some mayonnaise, if I can get it open. If I can get it open. Y'all, I've got a fan. It's one of them big, well, it ain't big, it's a floor fan, but it's, sounds like an airplane, really. And it's old, and it rattles, and y'all can probably hear it. That's 1 teaspoon, 2 teaspoons. Let's try 3 heaping teaspoons. And anyway, I turned it off just now, but it was getting really hot. So I had to turn it back on. So if y'all hear it, I apologize. I'm really sorry. But it's just hot. I'm gonna have to add some more slaw to this. I think I got too much mayonnaise in it. I'm not used to making this kind of slaw. Let me see. I don't know, it looks all right. I'm slinging it everywhere. Yeah, I think it's okay, y'all. Yeah. You have to taste it. I'm trying not to have so much food left over. Okay. Let's see what it tastes like. That's pretty daggone good. But I think it needs a little tad bit of vinegar. And I think that will do it. Need a little bit of acidity. Okay. That did it. Ah, that's what it needed. And that's good. And of course, it always creates a lot of juice. So. But try making you some slaw if you've never made it with Napa cabbage. It's pretty daggone good. I like Napa cabbage for a lot of stuff. Let me stir my squash. Boy, it's really creating some juices, that squash. So for my squash casserole, I've got 1 packet of Ritz crackers. And I crushed them up, and then I put in about 3 to 4 tablespoons of butter. And I put a little pepper in that too. And that's gonna be our topping. You gotta have 2 eggs and 8 ounces of sour cream and a half cup of mayonnaise. And probably, let's see, make sure, and and about 8 ounces of sharp cheddar cheese. And that's ready. It's black pepper. And what I'm going to do is put that chicken in a little bitty dish, little Pyrex dish. And I'm going to add, this is my leftover barbecue sauce. And I'll probably freeze, if I have any left, I always freeze it. And I'm just gonna mix this up and put it in the oven. I'm gonna put some aluminum foil on it because I have a rubber lid to this. Can't put that in the oven. I'm just gonna mix this up with just a little bit of butter, not much, just a little bit, just to give it a little bit of moisture. And I'm gonna stick it in the oven and let it bake until it gets warm. So there we go. And I've cooked my squash pretty much until most of the liquid's out of it. And I'm going to put that in a bowl and mix it up. Hey, so let me get this out of the way. Alrighty. I'm going to start putting my squash casserole together. I'm getting a late start today. I've been doing laundry today and peeling around, and time got away from me, y'all. It got away. So, need about 8 ounces. This is 16, so it'll be half of that. Okay. Now, I tried to get as much, it's still a little bit of liquid in there, but you want to try to get as much as you can out. But instead of putting my eggs in right now, I'm going to put my sour cream in, and that will cool this down, you know, so it won't scramble my eggs. And that's half a container right there of a 16 ounce. Okay. And I'm going to just stir that around in there, get that cooled off so I can add my eggs. It seems like a lot, but it works. And you can use low fat if you want to. All right. Now, let me see how cool it is. Okay. All right. Get me a paper towel. I'm gonna crack 2 eggs. Put my shells on my paper towel. All right. Put them in the trash. Wipe my hands off here. All right. Now I'm going to scramble these eggs up. I need to add a little bit of salt. Add it to my squash. All right, dump those right in my mixture there. Now I'm going to add some mayonnaise, about a half a cup of mayonnaise. So I have a half a cup measure here, y'all. And I'm going to measure out a half a cup of Duke's mayonnaise. So there's a half a cup of mayonnaise. I'm gonna dump that in. Sorry about that. Let me stick this back in the refrigerator, y'all, or I'll forget. Okay. And I'm gonna add a little bit more pepper. And it calls for thyme. I just don't care for thyme in my squash casserole, but that's up to you. And I'm gonna mix this up. And I have used cream of mushroom in it before. It's just whatever you like. My favorite is the one with the sausage. You just cook your onions and your squash together, and then you fry up you some sausage, and then after you drain your sausage, put your sausage in with your squash, and then put some cheese on top. It is so good. And I've got some already shredded cheese, and I know I need to be shredding it myself, but it was on sale, so. And I'm gonna add a little bit of cheese. If I can get this down, y'all. Add a little bit of cheese in this. It calls for about 8 ounces. Y'all always smell your cheese. If it smells rancid, don't eat it. It's not supposed to have a rancid smell. It may not be molded, but it could be rancid, and it just is not good. I'm not going to say it'll make you sick. It just don't taste good at all. At all. I like mine cheesy. Real cheesy. But you're only supposed to add about 8 ounces. But that's for 3 pounds of yellow squash. So, and I think I might have had a little bit more than that. Okay, y'all. I got my oven preheated to 350, but I think it's supposed to be at 375. Let me turn it up. And move something around here. Oh my goodness. Get my casserole dish, and I greased it with some non-stick butter spray, butter flavor. And I'm gonna pour this in there, and it will thicken up. It doesn't look like it will, but it does. That's why you want to try to get all your excess water out of your squash. And I probably could have done more so, but I didn't. Okay. Now we're going to take our topping. Stir it around and get that butter back incorporated. And I'm going to get a spoon. And just pour it all on there. And spread it around. And I'll just rake it across there. Just, you know, spread it around. And there you have it. And it's ready for the oven. There we go. Easy as I don't know what. Easy, 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 easy. Okay. So I'm going to stick it in the oven. And I have to see how long it's going to take. And you probably want to cook that squash casserole about 35, 40 minutes until it's, you know, done. Okay, everything's almost ready. I went downstairs for a minute and we were watching the news, and a fireball came out of the sky about 12:30 today, somewhere near South Carolina. And went through a lady's house. Luckily, she wasn't at home. So, I don't know if they're expecting more. They think it might be a type of a meteoroid. And I don't know. When it hits the ground, I think it turns into a meteorite. I'm not sure how that goes. But anyway, they said it could be more. I don't know. I hope not. But, you know, if you find something like it, it's worth a lot of money. I'd like to find a meteorite. You'd be a millionaire. A millionaire. It's smelling good, y'all. Got just a few more minutes. Hey, y'all, I just gave him some squash casserole, so it's missing a hunk. It's pretty. And I'm going to fix me a plate, and I've already fixed his. I've got some sauce. You want some sauce on it?
Cut it up on it.
Okay. All right, y'all. Here we are again. simple, easy. Reruns made into something different. How about that? What?
The back of it fell out.
It's good. Tastes like yesterday's chicken. On a bun, but it's good. Yes, I'm having a Dr. Pepper today. Okay, squash casserole, how was it?
Oh, hot. Hot. Oh,
I know, he said, you made me start talking Japanese.
It's hot. Ain't it? Stick
Now,
out.
by the time, look, y'all, by the time I get everything done, I fix his plate, because he shakes a little sometime, and I do it for him, and I give him his plate, and by the time I take pictures of what I've made and show y'all, he's finished.
She makes me eat for her.
I do not. I tell him he don't have to.
He said, how's it taste? I can't believe you always say hot. I just took a bite.
That's good. It's a little different than the last one I made, I think.
Oh,
Y'all open up. Take a bite, y'all. I love yellow squash. I do not like zucchini. I think it has no flavor. I knew a lady one time that made a dessert from zucchini, a chocolate cake, and it was horrible. I didn't tell her that, but it was horrible. That was a long, long time ago. And I only took a little bite because we went to church, and she had a bird she let fly loose in her house. And we got back. I don't know if she couldn't see, but the bird had flew over the food and pooped in the zucchini cake. That's true. So, needless to say, I don't think I like zucchini. But no, I love yellow squash. It's really good. But that is a true story about the bird. It ain't that hot.
oh yeah. Oh my God.
Look. You got a sensitive mouth. Why is mine not that hot?
I don't know.
I got mine after you.
Get a big bite.
I just did.
That's a little bite.
That was hot. All right, y'all. My chicken's falling out of my bun. It's good. So if you have any leftover chicken, chop it up. Make you a barbecue chicken sandwich. Okay? All right. Thank y'all for watching. God bless you all. Be safe. And watch out for flying fireballs. Okay? I'm sorry. Well, don't eat it. Let it cool off. He eats so fast, y'all. His daddy even said that. All right, we're gonna go. See y'all for now. Bye-bye.